So if you want to know how to write a really good CV, one of the most important things is to think about what happens to your CV when it lands on the desk of a recruiter, and to understand how they then do a process in order to work out who gets invited to interview and who doesn't. So the first step, the first thing that they do when they're thinking about putting an advert out for a job is they create what's called a person specification. So they think about their job, whether it's a marketing intern or a teaching assistant or a sales assistant or whatever it is, whatever job it is, they will think about the skills and the knowledge and experience that are needed to do that job well. So here is an example of a person specification. And as you can see, there are various skills that they've decided that they want. So project management, teamwork, communication skills. And they're going to use that framework to match up with your CV when you send it in. So we'll just go through that process to see how it works. So if you have a look here, the first skill that they're looking for is project management. So they'll look through the CV and they'll look through the profile and then the education and see if they can find that skill. And here it is in the education section, project management. I found it very easily. And they've got a nice bit of evidence there. And so that looks really good. So I'm going to give a tick there for project management. Then they look for teamwork, and as we go through, it's not near the top of the page, but it is down here at the bottom of the page, teamwork, and then you've got a lovely example, ability to work under pressure with 8 other staff. So that's a nice example. I can see that's good, and I'll give a tick for that one as well. Same with communication skills, found it very easily, very quickly. Nice example, give that a tick. Move on to the next one, working under pressure, and that one is not in this CV. I can't see it anywhere. So because it doesn't match one of the main criteria that they're looking for, this CV will just go straight in the bin, and then they'll start looking at the next CV. So important things to bear in mind based on the understanding of this. The first thing is that it's really important to think from their perspective of what they will want from you, what skills and qualities they're going to be judging you against. So have a look at the person specification in the job description to see what skills they're going to look for. Secondly, you've got to include all of those skills somewhere on your CV or the covering letter. And it's not just important to put them in, it's important that they can find them very easily. So as we saw on this CV here, it's the skills are in bold at the beginning of a bullet point, and each of them has a bit of an example that shows that you match that skill. So make sure you include the skills that the employer is looking for, and make sure they're easy to find and have a piece of evidence to match up with it. And that's really the basics of how you start writing a really good CV.